Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are going to be watching the video from. This is your friend Miss TV in the School of Learning and Development. I do hope you are having an amazing time. So today I will be talking about how to create a SharePoint site with Copilot. So using the Copilot to create what your SharePoint site. As you all know that SharePoint site is something that is quite very important. We know that the SharePoint site is a secure structure online workspace, or you can say is a digital workspace where teams store files, manage data, publish pages, and collaborate securely from any device. And then this SharePoint site, it has its component, which we have pages, and we have the document libraries, we have the list, we have the web parts, we have the permissions, and then we have the integration. So now when you want to create your SharePoint site, when you want to use Copilot to create your SharePoint site, instead of doing it the manual way, so you can decide to use the Copilot to create your SharePoint. Now before doing that, there are some prerequisites for that, which number one, you the need to have the M365 Copilot license. So the users must have the M365 Copilot license, and then secondly, then you need to assign to them the role. You need to assign to them the SharePoint role, which you can use the privilege identity management to assign that role, or you can do it manually. But for security and for privilege purpose, so you should use the perm PM to do that for them. And then thirdly, then you must ensure that the option for them to be able to create that SharePoint, for them to be able to create that SharePoint site on their from their side, you must make sure that it is enabled already. So I'm just going to show you that. So the first thing now, I'll go to my environment now. So this is my admin environment, which is the admin.cloud.microsoft. So when you come to this admin.cloud.microsoft, then you come up here and now click on your SharePoint. Click on on your SharePoint. Now before I do that, now let's assume I'm going to create it as an admin, as an administrator. But let's assume I want to give it to somebody else to do that. So what I need to do, I'll come here, I'll come to my users here, active users. Then I'll now go to that user. Let's say this Godwin Michael. Now I want to give him. I'll click on this place here, and then I will now ensure that when you come to this account here, under where you have this role here, so you assign him to that SharePoint administrator role. So I'll come up here, I'll click on the admin. So for security people, like I said, use the privilege identity management to assign that role for them, so that it can be time bound. So now when you come up here, click on this admin center, then you come up here, click on the SharePoint administrator. That is the role I need to assign. Now I've assigned that role. Now for the fact that is SharePoint administrator does not mean that he will have access to be able to use Copilot to create the SharePoint site. So he must have the license. So you need to purchase that license to be able for them to be able to carry out the activities. So how do I do? I now go back here, click on back. Then I'll come to this license and apps. Click on that. Then you now come up here. You can see this is my Copilot license here, M365 Copilot license. I'll click on that. So I've assigned that license to them. I'll now click on my save. So click on save. So the license has been assigned to them. Now, if you assign this license to them, the next third prerequisite is that you need to ensure that for the ability for them to be able to create that option is being set up in your tenant environment. So if you don't set it up, by the time they log in, you'll be looking at, oh, they have the Copilot license, they have they have the role. So how come they are not able to see that you're not able to see the Copilot option to be able to create that theme share. It's because of you are not what you've not what enabled. Well, by default is enabled. Okay, so but I'm just going to show you that. So how do you do that now? Now I'll come up here. I will go to my SharePoint environment. Come up here, click on my SharePoint admin, click on that. Now, once you click on your SharePoint admin, you come up here. So I'm going to create it as an administrator, okay? And then later on I will log into the user so that you can see how it's being done. So I'll come up here. Now you come up here, click on your settings. Under your settings here, you now come up here and now click on site creation. Click on this site creation. So when you click on that, you come up here and make sure that this option is being ticked, which is what user can create SharePoint sites. Okay, so this option and this option must be ticked. Okay, so ensure that this option are being ticked. Otherwise, they will not be able to have access to create it, even though they have the license and they have that role. Okay, so this one must be enabled. Okay, which is the user can create SharePoint site. Okay, now, so once that is enabled, then once they log in, they will now see the option. I'm going to be creating that now as an administrator, and I will log into the user, and then you can also see it in that regards. Okay, now I'll come up here now. Now, how do I click? I'll come up here. You go here and click on your active site. On your active site here, you come up here and click on create. Click on create. So once you click on create site, so you can see the option now. You can see this is the option. It says create a site with AI. Design, customize, and build the site you need faster with AI assisted site creation. So can you see that now? So if those users don't have the Copilot license to be able to create that thing share, they will not see this option. This option will not be visible. Okay, they will only see team site and communication site. Okay, so I'll click on this one here. Once I click on that, it will take me to the next environment. So now create a SharePoint site. Now come up here. Now there are different under here. You can now come up here and then type in your prompt. Okay, how you want it to be created. So you put in your prompt, or you can come up here and use from the examples they have here. Okay, so I'll click on this one here. I want to use this first option. It says create a project management site to help my team collaborate, track progress, and organize shared files. So I'll click on that. I'll now click on go. Now when you are creating this site, have it at the back of your mind that this usually take about 30 minutes. So it depends. At times it can be up to 30 minutes, at times it can be less, but from the documentation it says that it will take up to what 30 minutes. Okay, for you. Okay, is that good? So now here is saying start building your SharePoint site. I will create a structure for project collaboration, track share file, and that can adjust and enhance. So once you create this site, you can also go and start adjusting it, start putting your own text there, start putting your own document data you want to put there. Okay, now it said a couple of quick questions. What kind of project does your team manage? Who will use the site? Who will use the site day to day, and what will they do? So here you can now give them your own answer. Okay, and then now click on it to generate that. So here I can come up here and say, okay, what kind of project does your team manage? Who will use the site day to day? I can come up here. Let me just type something. I think I've typed something. I'll just paste it there, and then I'll click on go, and then now it will start creating that site for you. Okay, so you can see that this will definitely create everything you need on that site. It's going to create the pages, the document library, the list, and also you can now control the permission yourself, who you want to add, people that you want to add, the members you want to add, either is your team member, or you want to add an external user or visitors. So you can also do a lot, and who you want to use as the owner. Okay, so you can see now it has created the project management site for me. Can you see that now? This has been created for me. You can see you have the home page, which is the landing page. You have the document library. You can see now we have the template, you have the list. You can see now. So here I can decide to choose, I can decide to come up here and then put the view, understand. I will do some things I need to do here. So once I'm done with that, let's assume I'm satisfied with this. I'll come up here and click on build, or you can say view plan. Okay, if you want to view the plan, and then if you want to start all over again, click on that, and then it will start all over again, and then you put your prompt you want to use there. So here I'm just going to be click on build it. Okay, so I'll click on that, build it. Now once you do that, site name, you have project management site. Here I can come up here and change it. Let me say I want to give it as team project management site. Okay, so here it will give you the address to put it there. If you don't want that, you can change it, depend on you. Here I'll click on language. Definitely I want it to be in English. Then I'll now click on build it. So click on that, and then it should start commencing the build for you. Okay, like I said, this will take about 30 minutes to be completed for you or less. Okay, so you just need to give it time for it to generate the output for you. So you can see now it's generating, it's organizing the workflow plan. Okay, workflow plan. Okay, so you can see that. So gradually it will start generating the tags for you: the home page, project dashboard, team resources, team document, templates, and the likes. Okay, so just make sure that you are patient enough for it to build for you. So you can see that now. You can see building team project management site. This may take few minutes. Do not close or refresh this page. You can see now starting build. Okay, you can see now getting build details from the plan. You can see now creating list and document library. So this will definitely start building your site for you. Okay, so now you can see is finalizing the site. Okay, finish generating the remaining site content. So you can see that this is actually getting there gradually. Okay, so you can see now the site is now completed. Team project management site is ready. Can you see now? I said go there to finish setup, customize content, and share it with others. Okay, so now I can click on go to site, and then it should take me to that site. Okay, so now you can see that this site, you can see how it took us some seconds, minutes for this site to be completed. If you're to do it manually, you know how it's going to take a lot of time to get completed. I mean, to get to even this stage. Okay, so from here you can now start to edit it. You can come up here, you have the home, you can see you have the home, project dashboard, team resources, milestone. You can come up here and say edit. Okay, and you take it to edit page here. From here you can now start editing what you need to edit. Start adding your pictures, start adding links if you need to add links. Whatever you need to do, you can start retouching it here, and then to suit it to your taste. Okay, so you can see that. So then you can click on publish changes. Okay, you can, once you do any changes, you just click on publish changes, and then this will be published for you. Okay, can you see that now? Here you can add more members to it. You can see have here you have the membership stuff. You can add members to it. You can see I'm still the owner. So can you see that now? So this is how you can use the Copilot to create your SharePoint site within a second. So now you can see how it's being done. So you can do this without using the manual method, just to make sure, just to make things fast for you. Okay, so before I round up, I'll go and show you this user I've created. For this user, I'm going to log in with this user, Godwin Michael. So you will see from his own end if he's able to see that he's able to carry out that operation. So I'll come up here, click on incognito mode. I can say admin, and then I'll put in the email address, and then while I get the password, and then I'll be able to sign in so you can see how it's going to look like in his own from his own end. Okay, let me get that password. 1 second. Okay, so now I'm going to put my password. I'm going to sign in, and then I'll go to my authenticator and then put my matching number in there. Now I'm logging in as that particular user, Godwin. Okay, so here I'll come up here. You see here he's going to see the SharePoint because now I gave him the SharePoint administrator role. Okay, click on that SharePoint. Now when you click on the SharePoint, it should be able to perform that operation also from his own end. So here you go to site, active site, and then we'll come up here, click on create site. So can you see that now it is going to say, so if it does not have the license, and then if it does, and if you don't go, I mean, if you don't enable that settings, okay, so where users can create SharePoint site, okay, it will not be able to see this one, okay. So once you click on that, and then he can also create the SharePoint site, because now he already has what the prerequisite what to carry out that operation. Okay, so I do hope you have seen how you can create your SharePoint site with your Copilot, but ensure that you have the Copilot license, and then that user must also have the Copilot, must also have the SharePoint role to be able to carry out that operation. Okay, thank you very much for taking out your time to watch this video. I remain your friend Okwemi Stephen in the School of Learning and Development. I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to encourage you to always click on the like button, click on the like button, share, comment, and the upcoming subscriber, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. We love subscriber. Kindly click on that bell button, and then click on the notification button so that you will be able to see more update as I post on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I remain your friend Okwemi Stephen in the School of Learning and Development. I will see you some other time. Bye bye for now. Thank you.